Thank you for joining me on my masterclass. Now, today is Wednesday, September 20, 2023. Now, the reason why I timestamp my videos is to let people know when I shot these videos because a lot of the information I give in my videos are usually time sensitive. So I don't want people watching this like maybe days from now and then thinking that they can rely on that information and then make trades and investment based on that. Now, without further ado, I want to say good morning to my subscribers on the X, formerly known as Twitter platform. You guys support me, and because of that, I prioritize you. I couldn't do a lot of what I'm doing without you guys, so I thank you for subscribing. Now, today, I'm not going to be giving you stocks, cryptos, rates, ETFs, or mutual funds, or even bonds. I'm going to focus on something. I saw that some of my subscribers lost money on the stock. ARM, which is an IPO, that's an initial public offer. Some of them lost money on ARM. Now, a lot of people made money. A lot of my subscribers made money on ARM, and which is as it should be because I gave you guys the buy opinion when the stock was trading at $51 and it got to $63. Now, here's the thing. I want to address why people lost money on that stock. Now, I did some investigation and I found out that it was my subscribers who were in the West African sub-region that some of them lost money. Now, all my subscribers who had bought, because I did trace people, I saw the people who actually raised that issue. And it was because of location. And so what I did was like I investigated the apps that people use to buy these stocks in West African sub-region. And yes, there are limitations because a lot of these apps don't have a stop order feature or a stop loss feature. So these apps are, would I say that they are limited in the functionality that they offer to the people who use them. And it's understandable because when I started this channel, I told my subscribers all over the world, in the tri-state area of Cambodia, Thailand, and uh, Vietnam, and also in East Africa, in the United States, in Latin America, to use eToro. I know that eToro has limitations in some countries in West Africa because of negative issues in the past. Now, that means that people in those areas are forced to use apps. Now, some of those apps do not have features that you can find in apps like eToro, Robinhood, TD Ameritrade, which are apps that I have recommended on this channel. And then they have to use other apps. Now, the thing is, if you go on eToro, for instance, I'll give you an example. Yesterday, ARM was trading at about $60, above $60 at some point. However, if you had tried to use some of those apps that are available in West Africa, especially in Nigeria, you won't be able to get it at that price because sometimes these prices they only last for milliseconds. They only last for like minutes. They only last for sometimes even less than a minute. And so you need to have a an app or a facility that has a stop order feature so that you can actually trigger it and say, okay, when this security, it doesn't matter if it's a stock, a share, or a crypto, as long as it's a financial security, you can actually use that stop order. On an app like eToro, you can't use it to buy, but you can use it to sell. On an app like TD America, Ameritrade, I mean, you can use it whatever way you want to. And then on Robinhood, I think it's the same as eToro. So when you are able to program, maybe okay, let's now we're talking about the ARM stock. So you program it into the app and say, okay, when it gets to $60 or above, sell. It's going to do that for you, and you're going to make money. Like I made money. I made a lot of money, tremendous amount of money. I put in $100,000. I made a lot of money. But then, if you are not using such an app, if you're based in West Africa, specifically in Nigeria, you're going to be having challenges. So to prevent that from happening, what you need to do is that you need to collaborate with somebody in maybe England, continental Europe, Ireland, or in the United States, Canada, Mexico. Because that's the only way you're going to be doing it, except eToro, TD American, TD Ameritrade, Robinhood, and these other apps lift their restrictions on Nigeria, which I'm not sure they're going to be doing anytime soon. Now, Nigeria has a new central bank governor, Yemi Cardoso, who is going to be, I mean, I heard he's going to be infusing a lot of policies that are going to clean up the financial sector in Nigeria. So it might be that eventually these restrictions are going to be lifted. But until then, if you are relying on an app that is trading out of Nigeria, there's going to be limited functionalities for you. And that's unfortunately a reality that I cannot help. So, I mean, I don't want anybody who is my subscriber to lose money. But if you are trading with shares, stocks, and you're using a Nigeria-based apps, there's going to be some challenges for you. Now, if you're going to be using Binance to trade crypto, the challenges are limited because with Binance it offers that functionality. They did restrict it at one point in time, but there was a big, massive, shout back, and then they removed that. And then with maybe like Huobi and other apps, you can do that. But with stocks, that's the issue that we're having because there is a lot more regulation for stocks than for cryptos. So what I would tell you, just have a partnership. Get somebody that you can have confidence in. Maybe like a relation, a friend. If you don't have one, you can contact people who are, or maybe are your friends on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram, and then collaborate with them and maybe share profits with them. But if you are going to be using an app based solely from Nigeria, there's going to be limited functionalities, and you're not probably going to be able to make as much money as you would have because by the time you want to trade, the price would have dropped because those prices are just available for a very, very, very short window of time, sometimes milliseconds, sometimes minutes. Now, I hope you understand that. But if you don't understand what I've just said here, and you're a subscriber on my ex formerly known as Twitter platform, please just go there. Go there and then ask your questions and then ask specific questions. I always respond to all my ex subscribers. I always respond to you, and I'm going to respond to you, give you answers. Now, if you're not a subscriber on my ex formerly known as Twitter platform, I'd recommend that you subscribe. Go on the X platform, search for me at Reno Omokri, and then on the top right hand corner, you're going to see the subscribe tab. Click on it, follow the prompts, and easy peasy lemon squeezy, you're a subscriber. Now, this is Reno Omokri, the Apostle of Prosperity, saying, God bless you.
But Reno travels all around the world. I hope you get inspired about what you see. Apostle of greatness, Reno is a master. Only one man against the whole world in large. Fighting with the monsters, poverty I can't stand. That's why Reno is